Well, hello there. What are we going to talk about today, I wonder? I'm going to show you how to cut in a ceiling with some paintbrushes. I got 3 different styles of paintbrushes here. I got a little cheapy paintbrush. Well, actually, I got 2 cheapies. This is a big fat one, but I'm going to show you how you can use even this type to cut in. And I can also do that with a cut in with this little cheap paintbrush. And then, ooh, I'll show you this one a little later on, but this is my pride and joy for cutting in. Okay, so let's get it going. Here's my little container, and when I hold this, I'm going to hold it with my hand under it like that, so it just rests on there. That way I can do this for a long time and I won't get tired. If I were to hold it like this, oh, my wrist would get sore after a while. That's why you don't hold it like that. You put your hand up underneath it like that, okay? So I got my old standby paintbrush up here, and I put just a half amount of paint in the container, and I'm just going to dip it in there. I don't want to get too much on my paintbrush at any one time. The key is not getting too much up there. Now I want to put the paint on the ceiling away from the edge. Okay, now I can use that little edge right there as a staging area, platform for my paint. Then I can dip into that, clean off some of it, and now I can gently take that over to the edge. Take a little bit more there and bring it on over. There. See that? Now it may be hard to see the actual paint that I'm putting up there because the ceiling has already been painted. I'm just doing a cut-in because I got to finish off this edge. I put some caulking in the edge of that, and a little bit of the paint on the wall got up on the ceiling. And that's why I'm using this paintbrush. If I was just painting the ceiling, I probably wouldn't be using this one. I'd be using my really good cutting brush. But if I get a little bit of paint on the edge of the wall, I'm not going to sweat it because I still have to cut in the wall nice and tight up to the edge. It's always a good idea, if you're going to cut in your wall and a ceiling, do the ceiling. I would say do the ceiling first. That way you can get up there and if you get a little bit on the wall, like I say, we're going to come back later and do the wall last, but it'll be easier to cut in the wall finished than to cut in the ceiling. You know what I mean? Just try it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I got a little more up there. I just put it on a little bit away from the corner, from the inside corner, until I know I've got just enough on my paintbrush to drag it over. Okay? There. I'm going right along that edge. Even though this is a rough paintbrush. And then once you're done, now just kind of taper this in and make sure you don't have any edges on your paint that you put up there. Okay? What do you think? You think you could do that? I've repositioned my ladder so I'm facing this direction, because when you get up on the ladder, it's a lot easier to go up this way so that you can see the edge rather than the way I was. Okay, I was doing that so that you could see me easier, but you can see me this way too. Okay, so put it away from the edge. Now move it on over. Move it on over. Take that, blend it in. You think you need to add a little bit more paint? Dip, wipe off the excess, put it up there, use it as a staging area, and then move it over. Now once you get good at this, you can do it in both directions. you know. Put it on there and move it over. There you go. Take the outside edge and just kind of blend it in. Now I can move the ladder and do some more. And that's all you're going to do all the way down. If you need to get up higher, see this right here is a little bit too high. You're going to get a sore neck after a while if you go up like this close. You can do it. It's just harder to see your line. You know? You're just going to have to get a happy medium. If you need to put the ladder the other direction, you can do that too. The key with these older paintbrushes is if you get any little bits of the bristles hanging over, you want to pull those off. Okay? There it is. Just keep wiping that on there. That's looking good now. Wipe off the excess. There. Okay. See, if you feel more comfortable, see now I'm facing the actual wall. But when I do that, I can only get up so close to the wall. Now I have to reach way over. And if you don't feel comfortable on a ladder, you may not want to do it this way. Okay? So try out a couple different ways on how you're going to do this. See, if you're off the ladder, you got to reach way over there because you got to see the edge on what you're painting. Now, like I said, if you get a little bit on the wall, don't sweat it. But once you try it a couple different ways, you'll figure out which way is the best way for you. Okay, so I got on the outside edge. Take a little bit off my paintbrush, then move it over. Move the paintbrush over. There it is. And then blend in that outside edge. Okay? Keep her going.